The most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?
Jack to the test!
Right then guys, welcome into another session. That's enough of that. Summer vibes seem to be kicking in already, don't they? Right, let's have a look at the Bitcoin price. Where have we come from and where are we potentially going? Hope everyone's having a brilliant start to the week. So last week, absolutely brilliant trading conditions last week. I do believe we were looking for pullbacks at the beginning of the week. We eventually got those pullbacks, and then towards the end of the week, got an absolute demand reset, open interest reset, order book liquidity reset as well. And I thought this was a very, very good risk on long opportunity towards the end of the week. If anyone was trading at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. like I was, then well played if you got in at that level. You had to kind of hold over the weekend, really, I guess, depending on whether you were just day trading or you wanted to hold that opportunity for a little bit longer. The real reward came with the push up yesterday, didn't it? Okay, so nice longs from last week, shorts 2 longs as well. So let's have a look at where we are potentially going now on the Bitcoin price. We'll have a look at the trading view levels, and we'll have a look at the trader TRDR.io console for the all-important bid, ask, volume, open interest, and the rest. So where are we now from that little demand reset? Okay, so when we entered yesterday morning, okay, wasn't quite sure where we would go. Okay, so this was your longs last week. Of course, you had to quite kind of hold it through the weekend, but then wasn't too sure where we would go yesterday morning. That's more often than not why I like to do these videos and the live sessions on a Tuesday, because Monday presents us with some good data that we can then make our informed dynamic decisions from. Okay, and maybe yesterday it would have been the case that we dropped first, okay, found some more demand, filled a little bit of wig space and went up. Turns out, okay, market bid us up and we rose up first. So really, really nice to see it, okay. Then towards the end of the day yesterday, it was the case where potential Bitcoin Monday highs here as supply hits, okay. So just trying to notify everyone that supply's hitting, okay, as we come up to that 110 region. I think the 108, 109 was a good risk reward short, okay. So posting that for everyone in the Discord, posted that for everyone. I was hoping that it would we would get rewarded straight away, because it was 10 o'clock on a night my time and I was up for a little bit of beauty sleep. But that was my plan yesterday as the price action rose up, okay. So longs from last week, if you held over the weekend, really, really well done. But then I think yesterday, as the supply started to hit, as we were presented with more data, for me, 108.4 level, okay, in there, wanted to drop a couple of shorts on, okay, to start the week off. Then we'll see if we can rotate and find some demand. Okay, so Monday highs are in. We know that now. Okay, so the shorts are up there. So posting that for the gents in the Discord, just in the private section there. If you want to get involved in here, it's part of the Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course, okay? We do tend to post a few more setups in there, and there's a little bit of one-on-one help if you want them as well. So yeah, posting the setups for the guys in there. I don't think there was any reason to be chasing green candles and longs up there at all. The open interest was getting a little bit hot. Volume divergences were building, so there's our entries there, 108.481. I think we went a couple of $100 higher than that, actually, okay? And I'm glad that we got a reaction right on that 10 o'clock fib time there, so nice to see it. Now we are falling to a little bit of demand. I'm not seeing too many reasons to jump in and long right now. Let's just see how the day plays out. There's a few things that we can look at together though, so posting that on the WAP platform as well. Go join us in there for free on the WAP platform. But yeah, absolutely brilliant conditions to trade in at the minute. So are we eking out a few more volatility moves in the next couple of weeks, which I am up for, before we get a little bit of a summer lull? We'll have a look at that together. And yeah, I am up for trading every inch of the market at the minute, and I have to say I'm not one to normally go long, short, long, short, but if the trading conditions are presenting that, then that's what we'll do. First of all, let's jump into TradingView. Right then guys, first and foremost, just want to let you know that FOMC is tomorrow. Fed interest rate decision. J. Powell taking the stage again, likely before Big DT Donald Trump fires him and kicks him out. Okay, a big believer that Bitcoin and crypto is doing its own thing. Yes, it still trades like a tech stock, okay, but I believe it's doing its own thing. It's going to go find its liquidity wherever it is needed, okay, but just something to bear in mind. 7 p.m. my time tomorrow night, check local timings for that. If you're a legacy market enjoyer chasing pips on cable or JPY, then you might be in for a little bit of volatility, okay? Tech stocks in general, uponly.com still. E-mini futures still battling with a little bit of diagonal trendline resistance, okay? Tesla uponly.com, nice V-shaped bounces from Tesla, and NASDAQ flirting with all-time highs once again. Let's have a look at Magic Internet Money. So the Bitcoin weekly chart still very, very nice and constructive. Couple of wicks to the top side now. Okay, so something to be aware of. Are we still going to get a rotation to all-time highs? I'm still up for that. Okay, on-chain data, still chilled, not overheated yet, so that's nice to see it, okay? Levels-wise, what did we wick down to last week? A little bit lower than I was expecting, actually, when I woke up at, yes, it was about 3-4 a.m., because I was looking for that 104, 105 region again. We actually wicked a little bit lower, but that's what you will get in volatility, okay? Whether Iran and Israel are going to continue throwing rocks at each other, Bitcoin and crypto will still continue to do its own thing, I do believe. But yet, nice weekly level there. If we can just hold on to that region and a little bit higher, that will be good. So that weekly level coming in at 102 there, a couple of wicks onto that level. And we can see we've still got our monthly level there at 105. So anywhere in this region. So top down, that's our weekly. Let's have a look at the daily chart then. So the daily chart is really nice and constructive. And what are we doing? We're just floating price above this old zone there. Really, really nice. So we have this deviation down. We bounce back up. And now what we're getting is just auctioning price into this zone. It's all very valid. It's all very technically nice and constructive. Okay. When we come into those zones, like last week, I want to see bid, I want to see reset in the order books, I want to see reset in open interest, and we bid it back up. As long as that continues, then it's risk on, okay? It's risk on environment. You'll soon know, okay, when it's not risk on, because I can tell you right now, you won't get these wicks like this into demand zones. You will just fall, fail, and then continue falling, okay? But at the minute, everything's looking constructive. Right, the 4-hour chart does look very similar to this daily chart, okay? So I'm not going to jump into a 4-hour. We're going to go into a 1-hour chart next. But you can just see this slight range forming here. Highs, lower high, deviation down. So a little bit of a battleground now in the next couple of days, I do believe. Point of control just coming in there at that 104 level, below the monthly open and weekly open there. I think if we can just hold these level there, okay, and gather some more demand, yeah, that's going to be good and constructive. So hourly chart here, I just want to show you this. So this was our big wick down last week, okay, longs in this zone, very, very valid. Uponly.com, a little bit of weekend sideways, and yet the move up yesterday did surprise me a little bit, I have to say. But again, like I say, that's why I do like observing Mondays and just sitting on my hands a little bit until the data presents what it is going to offer. Yesterday it offered a short side trade, and I think it was very, very good risk reward short side trade. Okay, so no fresh longs at the minute. I want to see what develops here in the US session, and maybe it takes until tomorrow as well. You know, maybe it takes until tomorrow. We dip down, get some demand, FOMCs, dovish, bullish, whatever you want to call it. But I think Bitcoin will search out that liquidity wherever it needs it. But yeah, 1 hour time frame. Just wanted to present you with that. We've hit the golden pocket just from this little move already. We've got a 0.5 fib there at the monthly VWAP. So anywhere in this region, 105, okay, is my first area of interest. Doesn't mean I'm just going to bid there, okay, but this is my first area of interest. If we can get value at the monthly open in this 1 hour order block at 1045, that's going to be better. Why? Okay, because we've got some shorts on from 1084, okay, and it's going to give you value on those longs. With that being said, we need some decent data, don't we? Where do we get our data? Trader Console. Let's jump in.
Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated.
Here we go, guys. Trader Console, TRDR.io. Grab a link from below from a free trial. Jump into the docs page. Jump into the academy. Absolute wealth of free stuff in there as well. But if you do need a little bit more in-depth education on the way I use the console, then go and have a look at the Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course, and we do have that private section for a little bit more help as well in the TRDR Discord. So here we go. Nice day yesterday, nice grind up, and we can just see where that supply hit there. So just quick look at the multiverse chart just to get an overall view of what is going on. Okay, so ETH and Sol falling with BTC as well. Okay, ETH not too bad. You can just see here it's, you know, in reality, if you're day trading and scalping this, it's moving pretty well. Again, the chart is nice. ETH with some big demand in this zone. Okay, I think if we can really scam price a little bit lower into this 2.4k area where the previous week's wicks are, that's going to be good. But ETH, you can see here, already hitting some demand alerts. BTC, a little bit of perps bid here. Let's have a look at what we can gather there, and that 105k level there. Soy Boy Sol is going to follow the rest. 145 is your level to watch on that. And who's this? New kid on the block. Hyperliquid Data now in the trader console. Okay, perps, Hyperliquid Data. Look how good that was from the weekend as well. Perps went absolutely nuts on Sunday. Great day trade long there. It's just taking this liquidity now. So for me personally, like with most other altcoins, I know Hyperliquid trades really well, doesn't it? But I would just wait for Bitcoin to settle here, and then we'll have a look at what altcoins are going to give us any juice out of the market. Okay, so first and foremost, perps market on BTC. So this is why I wasn't sure on which direction BTC was going to give us yesterday, because Monday was just absolutely lacking bid. Anyway, it did get pushed up, and then we just started really hitting this supply, and you can see there aggregated supply was really on the rise from the OBD widget with that high open interest rise into that zone as well. So really good risk reward shorts there. I think the highs we hit, what high did we hit there? Just a tickle under 109, wasn't it? 108.842. We filled at about 108.4 something. So cat's cock hair off, isn't it? Anyway, and we're just coming down now. To be honest, aggregated supply still present. You can just see from the widget here, no one's really too interested in aggressively bidding this back up now. So manage risk on the shorts, chill out, wait for that demand to come in. We'll just have a look at a couple of the other exchanges together. So here's our levels. Okay, so yeah, spot supply 110 defense. They were defending last week's highs. Okay, someone did come in with a little bit of a bid, okay, at that 1075 level yesterday afternoon. They pulled it. Okay, the open interest was still high. There was no depth under this bid. Volume divergences were leaning bearish. So for me personally, I still wanted to just fill shorts, and that was it. You know, that's the only trade of the week for me so far. Sometimes it's like that, nice and relaxing. You know, don't chase things too much, get in that short, manage the risk, and just let it play out and let the market prove you wrong if you are wrong. But with that being said, here we go. Weekly open, monthly open. Our first big level is actually just sat under there now at that 103. Okay, it's not to say that price falls and then we might get some bid follow up. Okay, but if we just have a look at a couple of the other exchanges, so Coinbase Pro, the main ones, yeah. So they capped price into the Asian session last night actually as well. Okay, just for any further bounce up in offers someone wanted to fill here, take note of that one. Okay, couple of other exchanges, not a lot to see from. Qcoin, Kraken have been doing a little bit of selling there. You can see there someone wanted to fill up here at that 112. You'd have been lucky yesterday, sir or madam, and then they actually dropped those offers down there to attack price, and here we go, and they've got a level there at 102, 103 as well. Bitstamp were really attacking price yesterday as well. Double band ratio, spot selling, you know. So yeah, you know, I would have liked us to come down first yesterday, really, I do have to say, but that's why Mondays can be good, to form this kind of range and then provide you with the data of what is coming in the potential week. So now that we are rotating down, not chasing shorts here, we're just going to manage our risk on what we've got and then look for potential longs. Now, Bitcoin is a slow mover, as we all know. Maybe those longs, if they come, don't come for another 24 hours, you know, maybe 12, 24 hours. We'll review the data in the live session a little bit later on. Volume-wise, okay, no bearish divergences, particularly because it's not as if we put in a higher high up here and then got those divergences. But volume was really lacking, to be honest, especially if you go to like a lower time frame, 5 minute. It was just coming off. Okay, it was coming off, high open interest, LS ratio. Funding was flirting with being negative yesterday. Okay, it was actually flirting with being negative, but I don't think that matters when your order book ratios are giving you signs like that. So that's it. Okay, I'm going to chill for a bit. We're going to join each other in the live session, and then we'll review the data again. It is the European session at the minute, so nothing to do right here, right now. It's generally a low volume session. So join us in the live session at the US Open, link to follow on that, and let's review the data again. I think that's the way we need to be. Trading order book data, very active at the minute. The trading data has been absolutely brilliant, as I say. So yeah, let's squeeze another couple of weeks out of this absolutely alpha data, and then maybe we do hit a bit of July summer lull. Join us in the live session. Speak soon.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat. That's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?
And we say bye-bye.